Today we'll read a book about climate change. It's called The Tantrum That Saved the World by Herbert and Michael E. Mann. Bing bong! Sophia was minding her business one day when, quite without warning, a bear came to stay. The ice that he lived on had ceased to exist. He hoped that Sophia would kindly assist. Startled and flustered, Sophia said, "No," but the bear came right in. He had nowhere to go. Bing bong! More out-of-towners arrived needing aid, asking if it was all right that they stayed. Somehow the seas have flooded our land. The kids ran right in. They were quite out of hand. Sophia attempted to turn them away. "We've got nowhere else," was all they could say. Unwelcome arrivals showed up all day long. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bing bong. A sad swarm of bees had not one idea if spring had just come or fall was quite near. A pale pink flamingo, hungry and weak, bugged a sea turtle whose outlook was bleak. Both were upset that the sites of their nests were being disrupted by unwanted guests. Farmers whose farmland was withered and dry griped with the seamen who couldn't get by. Where had the fish gone? Where was the rain? They wanted to work more, not sit and complain. A large Bengal tiger just chuffed with dismay. Everyone wisely stayed out of his way. They all turned to face her with hope in their eyes, expecting Sophia to halt their demise. "I'm just a kid. What can I do? Someone must help us. It's now up to you." Sophia, by this time, felt nothing but stress. Her day was disrupted. Her house was a mess. She had no idea how she ought to begin to help them all out of the blind they were in. Unable to put up a front anymore, she went to her bedroom and slammed shut the door. Hiding and fretting, she couldn't think why. These folks were resolved to grey up her blue sky. She wanted to scream and to act uncontrolled, but tantrums were pointless. That's what she'd been told. Still, it wasn't Sophia's fault that they were in strife. She'd tell them politely to get out of her life. But what she saw next brought Sophia up short. They weren't here to spite her. They needed support. All of a sudden, the girl understood. Goodwill costs nothing and does nothing but good. Now that she'd realized compassion was key, Sophia would call on the powers that be. "Let's go," said Sophia. "Next stop, City Hall. The grown-ups would sort this mess once and for all." "There is no planet B. Protect what you love. I want to do something about climate change. I need an appointment regarding this fauna, who have noticed our planet's becoming a sauna. So bring us the top dog, the biggest big cheese, to solve our problems and put us at ease." They said, "Take a number and wait, if you please." They're waiting. Sophia attempted to move things along. "The fact we've been waiting so long is quite wrong. This tiger is hungrier by the minute. This pink flamingo's reached her limit. This polar bear is far too warm. These bees can hardly form a swarm. Someone must help them. Why not you?" We see we're upset, but we got things to do." Sophia felt beaten, forsaken and floored. She hadn't predicted that she'd be ignored. Again she felt feelings of rage amplify. but she squashed them back down and started to cry. That's when her friends rallied round to support her, explaining their stories to make the wait shorter. Suddenly, she saw how each tale was connected, that everyone loses when one part's neglected. How could she feel if her land was depleted, her food disappeared, her home overheated? And what was to say that she wouldn't be next? She'd already noticed weirder weather effects. How could they ask her to sit there and wait? If they dilly-dallied, would it be too late? Sophia thought deeply and then made her choice. She had to give those who had been silenced a voice. I want to do something about climate change. Sophia stepped forward, ignoring the line. She spoke with conviction and brandished her sign. When someone else suffers, the whole world is affected. The earth is our home. We have to protect it. Despite her sound logic, she still was deflected. Your sentiment's sweet, kid, but what you don't get is fixing these problems will put us in debt. We've done all we can, they said with condescension. This issue is far beyond your comprehension. If you got something you still need to say, send in a form and we'll file it away. Pushed to the limit, Sophia saw red. She felt disregarded and scorned and misled. She did understand what this was about. It was her future they planned to sell out. Sophia's strong feelings smoldered once more, and this time they'd gotten too big to ignore. Action now! Raising with purpose, her banners unfurled, she kicked off a tantrum to save the whole world. It rumbled down streets into towns of all lands. It echoed in forests, on glaciers and sands. People and creatures alike felt its force. They ditched their distractions and looked for the source. And there was Sophia, a miniature furor, telling the multitudes how they could do more. Cooperative action could turn this high tide. They had strength in numbers and right on their side. Sophia assembled and rallied the team. Working together, they drew up a scheme of practical things they could do every day to have an effect in a positive way. Refuse, recycle, repair. They told their officials inside City Hall to pass laws with foresight to better them all. They all told more people, who told more folk still. They won hearts with kindness and minds with goodwill, and so on until everyone was doing the hard work that had to be done. Sophia's new friends soon waved her goodbye. They had second chances and new homes to try. They asked her to visit for a weekend or two. Bye-bye. The president's office, please. But Sophia was busy. She had things to do. The end.